What's going on, everybody? We are back at the shop. I'm in the cool room right now. Both doors closed, AC on with the fan on. It is 102 degrees today. Unreal, right? But new alternator came in. Got gaskets for the oil filter housing, and we're gonna be doing a coolant flush. We're obviously gonna be doing the filter itself as well. Basically, I also have another plastic piece that would be impossible for me to actually explain to you, so I'll go ahead and show that when I get to it in a second. But basically decided to just do a bunch of maintenance items. The oil filter housing is leaking. I don't want to grind down my new alternator, so I might as well, you know what I'm saying? Just take it apart, put some new gaskets in, torque it back down to spec, make sure everything fits, works, all of that. Plug up everything. See if we can get her to run tonight. If we can, go for a little test drive. I'll get some shots inside the car, obviously, just because I haven't gotten that many yet, to be honest. I've been testing and fixing and rebuilding this since I bought it, and haven't gotten around to doing all the cool aesthetic shots that I normally do. So, just a minute here. I'm gonna go back out there, show you the situation, what's going on, and we're basically just gonna jump right into it. It's hot already. It's 2 in the afternoon, or no, it's a Sunday. Just went out and did some stuff, ended up here. Let's go ahead and get into it. So the piece I was talking about, this one right here, I very specifically, sorry, it was out of focus. I very specifically only need this. This is the actual crankcase breather, right? That's attached to what is now a catch can. So this back hose, I'm just gonna pull it off. I mean, it's not really connected that well anyway, just pull it. Got our gaskets here, got oil tools and some stuff over there, got my energy drink, obviously. The car is still outside. I'm trying to blow out some of the hot air in here just because it is just so hot. Have it under the cover still. Truck is on the lift, right? This isn't mine, this is somebody who will be making an appearance in videos coming up here pretty shortly. Super cool, but also a little unfortunate for me, as I now have to do oil change and an oil filter housing rebuild pretty much outside. Not really sure how I'm gonna end up catching all of the oil that comes out of the filter housing, to be honest. It's just simply a lot. And also there's the two, I have an 09, so my oil filter housing has 2 hoses that come down from it with more oil and some coolant, and it's just, it's a whole mess. So I'm gonna need to figure out a way to catch all of that. We're basically just gonna take our sweet ass time. There's no way around it. It's hot. I get angry at inanimate objects when it's hot, especially bolts that won't go in, and really just specifically fitting parts such as my alternator that just need to be placed in with precision. It just makes me fucking angry when it's hot like this. So we're gonna take it nice and slow. We're gonna have a fun day. Just kick it at the shop, you already know, and hopefully we can get it started. So it's funny, today I actually had to go buy a battery tender. It appears that the rear battery just is low on charge, so I'm gonna charge it up. Alright, so we separated the hose here from the actual piece. I'm gonna go ahead and do that first, just get the easy things out of the way. So basically, I forgot to bring with me the old one to show you guys, but this plastic piece, this bracket that holds it on to the, well, I'll show you where it holds it on. This piece broke. It's very thin plastic. I am going to be actively looking for upgrades or a different way to do this. I don't really enjoy reusing the same plastic parts that fail. So at the end of the day, I'd rather not have to do it again. But for the time being, I want to make sure I get it dialed in, and then we can start upgrading stuff from there. I need it to at least be running correctly. So throw that on, I'll show you guys where it goes. So this piece, right, is going to essentially go back here. Sure, hope that you can see that on the camera. Just clips on right there. And it is this one, there's a clamp on it. It basically just goes in this hose, clamp it down, back of here to the oil catch can. Pretty simple, really. I just need to figure out where the other end is going, because I cannot see it, which is an issue. So we'll figure that out. What is this? Look at everything that's involved in this. I am really glad that it's easy to mess with. This seems to be like basically the easiest thing ever. Probably should do a new filter pretty soon, but nothing's leaking about it, and that's enough for me to be okay with it. We are going to make sure everything is tightened. Man, I wish I could describe to you what this smells like. It looks and smells like a combination of fluids. First thing we're gonna check, crunchy munchies, always. We're gonna make sure that nothing got in here. Now, these catch cans have a very, very fine filter, and I am aware of this, but I just want to make sure. I pretty much bought this car without knowing a whole lot about it. I was just so attracted to, I guess, mainly the idea of it. So honestly, I don't think I think I should have cleaned this shit out first. There's some debris here, but honestly, I don't think that's me. I think that there was already some stuff in here. So we're gonna go wash this out. Obviously dispose of the oil correctly, but we're gonna go wash this out and basically use this to try to catch everything. Maybe put a tarp under it, but I wanna at least catch enough to see the status of what is in the oil filter housing right now and look at the oil filter when we pull it out. And I went ahead and emptied out this one too, just because I'm pretty much the reason that smelled the smell that came out of this thing. It's been sitting for a minute. I did not mean to do that. It's quite simply a lot going on, as you can see. A lot of oil has been used by just the BMWs alone. Just kidding. Just kidding. We've got it on there now. It's quite literally being held in place by zip ties up there, but there are three. We have a supporting one right here. See it off the edge right there. Got two back there holding its positioning. Right, so we got it mounted up. Looks really good. Try to relieve as much pressure as I could from that plastic piece because I already know it's about to get super hot. Next step in the process, the oil filter housing. Woohoo. Alright, so back in the cool room. It's very, very hot. I started to get overheated. So we're just cooling in here. waiting for the oil to drain out. It's like 5:30, so we're at the peak heat of the day, at least in this area. I might actually leave it off the ground to do this. I haven't really decided yet. My main concern is the fact that it's not like level, because I was talking earlier, I want to try to contain as much of the oil that comes out of the filter housing as possible, as well as everything else. I really don't want to just dump that on the front of the engine. I already need to clean the front of the engine, so just straight up, like, I don't know, dumping more on there seems like just a bad idea, not something I really want to do. I wanted to take this opportunity to talk about the car a little bit more. I don't want to divulge too much information this early, but I do have some plans for the car. Obviously, I need to make some brackets, whether they're 3D printed or made of aluminum, or maybe we 3D print the mock-up designs and then use aluminum for the rest. Then we got to worry about heat. It's just, there's a lot to do. There's a lot that has to happen before that too. I would rather have this car working reliably as opposed to just having it running. I'm a little bit sick of regular maintenance items causing me this much distress. The alternator thing, not a whole lot you can do about that. Just kind of dies. Also, another thing that I figured out was actual pulley part on the front of the alternator it's supposed to be straight, but it was bent out a little bit. I don't think it was charging right. It had some constant draw, which is why I bought a battery maintainer. It wasn't great for it. So we're gonna take better care of it moving forward. We're gonna figure out its little problems. We're gonna see what's working, what's not, and then just go from there. All right. Oh. Anyway, I am going to go basically dissect this a little bit. We're gonna look for little pieces of metal. It's not perfect. Could definitely be a lot better. We need to treat the engine a little bit. Low oil. I know for a fact it ran on low oil with me just one time when I was doing testing for the oil feed line. That could have something to do with it. Here is the oil filter housing. Let's spill oil everywhere. Woohoo! Off rip. Alright, not gonna lie, this angle's a little weird, but I'm gonna work with it. The gasket that's in there right now. So this one is fine. This one feels new. This isn't really the one we were going to replace anyway, but I did want to see how this one was doing. That's gonna soak in there for a little bit. That can be reused in a sticky situation. But yeah, we're gonna take degreaser and we're just gonna clean this off. It's fucking, there's oil everywhere. What we might end up doing is putting the straw on. I ain't gonna lie, keep spraying like that, I'm gonna be able to finish this job. I'm gonna be too faded. Shit is, wow. And obviously, I know not to just throw this back on as soon as I'm done. I will be, you know. Alright. Take the glasses time. I can't wait till the sun goes down. Holy shit. I'm gonna go grab a tool real quick. I think this is the only one we have to take off. So at the moment, I have the oil filter housing soaking up some degreaser so I can get all the gasket out of it. It's pretty bad. This is what it looks like. It's not supposed to be stiff like that. It's supposed to look like this, and it's supposed to move everywhere. So back out here a couple days later, basically just making this to finish this video off. I put everything back together and began the process of trying to get it to start again. I think the alternator definitely did need to be swapped, so it wasn't all for nothing, but the car is not starting right now. It looks like all of the camshaft and just sensors inside the engine took a shit. They're done. So yeah, my disappointment can't really be overstated in this scenario. I was very excited to get it back. Truth be told, probably can't do those sensors, so it'll be going somewhere to get that done. I simply don't know enough about the platform. I've never gone inside the engine beyond checking everything out and replacing the valve cover. So there's nothing for it. It's just gonna need a little more time and money. But hey, it's BMW tax, you know. But that's gonna wrap this video up for now. I'll make sure to do another one and check in as much as I can. Please like and subscribe, follow the journey. There's a lot more other very cool things going on besides just shop vlogs, just my car, stuff like that. So thank you for watching.